thanks for staying with us at Asset Television. Welcome to the news at this hour. I am Emanuela Akwaya. First, the headlines. Civil servants demand 300,000 naira as minimum wage. Again, EFCC arraigns former bank MD Ayeni. Plus, casualties rise in Venezuela earthquake. Now, the news in detail. Federal civil servants have asked the federal government to raise the national minimum wage to 300,000 naira per month, saying the current salary structure can no longer sustain workers under the country's harsh economic conditions. The demand was made by the Federal Workers' Forum, which also called on the government to pay outstanding workers' entitlements, settle wage arrears, and urgently address the deteriorating condition of correctional centers across the country.
National coordinator of the forum, Andrew Eze, made the call in a statement issued on Monday in Abuja. Eze said federal workers were still waiting for the payment of the outstanding 2-month wage awards owed since June 2024, as well as arrears from the 40% peculiar allowance. The statement also demanded the full payment of arrears arising from the implementation of the new 70,000 national minimum wage for federal workers. According to him, the current economic reality has made it impossible for workers to survive on existing pay, insisting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must immediately review all salaries. The FWF coordinator also raised concerns over the welfare of correctional officers, urging that they are poorly paid and forced to buy uniforms, boots, belts, rank badges, and other official kits with their personal funds. The coordinator called for an independent investigation into the alleged extortion during promotion exercises and demanded improved welfare for correctional officers and other paramilitary personnel. Mania OCEB, Asset Television News.
Former Borno State Governor and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Ali Modu Sheriff, has dismissed the chances of Peter Obi in the 2027 presidential election, insisting that the former Anambra State Governor will not secure the support of northern voters. Sheriff made the remarks on Monday during an appearance on television, where he also defended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against criticisms over insecurity, dismissed the presidential ambitions of Obi and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and expressed confidence that Tinubu would win re-election in 2027. Sheriff said he was not concerned about Obi's presidential ambition despite the former Labour Party candidate's impressive performance in the 2023 general election. Obi, who polled more than 6 million votes to finish third in the 2023 presidential election as the candidate of the Labour Party, is seeking the presidency again in 2027 under the newly registered Nigeria Democratic Congress. The Economic Financial Crimes Commission on Monday presented its first prosecution witness before Justice Jude Ombo-Egwueze of the Federal Capital Territory High Court Abuja in the ongoing trial of former chairman of the board of directors of the defunct Sky Bank PLC, now Polaris Bank, Tunde Ayeni. Ayeni is being prosecuted on an 18-count amended charge bordering on alleged criminal breach of trust, misappropriation and diversion of funds totaling 15.6 billion naira. In a statement issued on Monday, the EFCC head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, disclosed that the case involves allegations related to financial misconduct against the former bank chairman. The defendant was initially arraigned on May 4, 2026, on a 17-count charge before the commission later filed an amended charge supported by additional proof of evidence, leading to his rearraignment on June 22, 2026. Asset will be back after the short break. Stay tuned.
On My Matrix with Mania, we dig deep on solid minerals. steel development, energy transition, global mining market trends, technology, disruptions, conflicts, and opportunities in this sector. Join me every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on Asset Television to discuss, analyze, and propose solutions to challenging critical issues in Nigeria's mines and steel development.
Welcome back from the break. The Nigerian Union of Journalists has called for the immediate release of one of its members, Stanley Ogabe, condemning his alleged arrest and continued detention by unidentified security operatives. In a statement issued on Thursday, July 3, 2026, and signed by the Council Secretary, Jide Oyekole, the union described the incident as disturbing, noting that no official explanation has been given regarding the journalist's whereabouts, the allegations against him, or the legal basis for his detention.
According to the statement, Ogagbe, a reporters, was reportedly arrested on the evening of Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, at his residence in Jukwe, Phase 2, close to Karo in Abuja, the FCT. The union said 4 armed men dressed in plain clothes allegedly arrived at his residence shortly after he returned from work and took him to an unknown location. It added that one of the operatives was dressed in a t-shirt and trousers, while another carried an assault rifle. Furthermore, the statement alleged that the operatives confiscated the journalist's mobile phone and laptop before taking him away in an unmarked black Mitsubishi Pajero SUV with tinted glasses. The NUJ said it had contacted several security agencies to find out whether Ogagbe was in their custody, but all denied having him or any knowledge of his whereabouts. The union, however, calls on relevant security agencies to reveal the identity of the operatives involved, explaining the reasons for the journalist's arrest, grant him immediate access to his family and legal representatives, and either charge him before a competent court if there is a lawful case against him, or release him without delay. The union said it is committed to press freedom. Mania OCEB, Asset Television News.
More than 3,500 people have died after a pair of earthquakes struck Venezuela last week, while nearly 18,000 people remain unhoused. The death toll from Venezuela's twin earthquakes now sits at 3,535, with lawmaker George Rodriguez saying on Monday that the latest official tally showed 16,740 people injured and 17,854 left without housing. At least 12,800 people were staying in 80 shelters across Caracas and La Guaira, the coastal regions most directly impacted by the earthquake. The June 24 earthquakes, which measured magnitude 7.2 and 7.5, struck within seconds of each other in and around Caracas and La Guaira. An estimated 60,000 buildings were damaged. Experts have also warned of a widening health crisis as thousands of displaced Venezuelans sleep in crowded temporary shelters or outside without access to clean water. Thousands have untreated injuries and infectious diseases, with the country's healthcare system struggling to cope. Morocco says it has arrested 10 members of a cell linked to the ISIL affiliate in Sahel province, foiling a planned attack. The Central Bureau of Judicial Investigations, Morocco's chief agency responsible for counter-terrorism operations, said on Monday that raids across several Moroccan cities had found bladed weapons, military-style clothing, bomb-making instructions, digital material and chemicals, as well as a car suspected to have been modified for use in a bombing or ramming attack. A warehouse used by the cell held butane gas cylinders and pressure cookers filled with nails and electrically wired. The last attack by an ISIL-affiliated group on Moroccan soil occurred in 2023, where 3 men killed a policeman in Casablanca. Recent years have seen a surge of activity by fighter groups affiliated with ISIL and Al-Qaeda across the Sahel region and West Africa. In nearby Mali, Al-Qaeda affiliate Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam Wal Muslimi exploited a vacuum created by a collapse in government control to seize towns and cities, even besieging the capital in November. And that is the size of our package at this hour. Do well to follow us on all our social media handles for more news updates. On behalf of the news crew, I'm Manuela Acquire.
On Mining Matrix with Mania, we dig deep on solid minerals.